All right, people, today is Swisstrax. I'm flying through this garage. Not a lot of construction needed to do. We did the cabinets yesterday. What else do we do in here? Just kind of getting everything unboxed, putting cabinets, set up just get the tools and the tool grid from the last house. But today's job is to do Swisstrax, and we're doing my, boring, the same color. Black and gray is one best way to do it. I'll just keep doing this forever. So black border that'll outline the garage, and slate gray. That's my color. That's the stamp of boredom and sterileness that is my life and personality. If you don't like it, you're probably in the wrong place. Go watch some other guy yell talking at you and making 57 cuts because he can't form a complete sentence. If you like complete sentences, I'm your guy. Right, Mike?
Yep, that's it.
Mike's obsessed complete sentences. We needed to do this like a week and a half ago when it was 50 degrees out.
Yeah.
Although it's better than it will be in about 2 weeks.
Cutting in, so that way when Swisstrax is down and Matt paints the garage, if the Swisstrax is here, you won't be able to cut between the Swisstrax and the wall. So do it now, and then all I have to do is paint up to the Swisstrax.
It's also really smart to get your floor nice and clean if you can. You want to do the Swisstrax after you do any kind of drywall stuff. We only have to do a couple little drywall things in here. I'm impatient.
We'll put plastic down for that.
Yeah. And then...
and this garage slopes back to front too, so we can wash it out even if we get it dusty.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to probably wash cars in here because you can see there's no, even in the morning, there's no shade, because the sun, I think that's, where's the sun? Which way's east? Yeah, so east to west. So, like my last house, the sun, this was east-west. So, I'm going to have to wash in the garage, which, again, there's no floor drain, but we'll be okay. So I'll wash it with the door open. And the nice thing about Swisstrax is that there are channels. See all these little grooves, these little channels underneath here? So that's where water can run. Almost didn't do a complete sentence there, Mike. That's where water would run. And your floor can dry, and of course water, can evaporate upward.
I only ever washed in the garage with Swisstrax. I never washed in the driveway.
Ooh, we don't like that. What's wrong? The box must have taken an impact. A bunch of tiles with a little bit of wonk. We'll use those as cut tiles. Yeah, that stinks. They're freaking $7 a piece, but we'll need some tiles to make cuts anyway, so we'll be fine. So if that happens to you, don't freak out. Just do your floor. Don't immediately run to the computer and start emailing Manny. I got 4 tiles. Oh, more than 4. Another one. Because we're gonna have to cut some of these for the walls. Don't get excited, Mike. We'll be all right. You know how you get real excited about things. Michelle's starting to catch on here. She's like, you have a dedicated office, a dedicated theater, and a dedicated garage. What do I have? I'm like, dang it, I've gotten this far and she hasn't sniffed that one out yet. I said, well, you got the pool, the kitchen. She's like, you have the kitchen too. I said, well, it's a joint, that's a wash. You got the yard.
Those are neutral spaces, man.
You got the bigger part of the closet, the bigger part of the bathroom. Come on.
Well, she has the bigger family room too. You may have the A in technology, but she's got the B in space.
Yeah.
Or the A in space.
Well, and some of that's offset because I've got her a simpler setup in there, you know?
Yeah.
A little easier. It's about user friendliness in the B room. We shouldn't call it B room. We should call it like, you call it a name. You know, like volleyball used to call them the 1s and 2s teams, but then that hurt some people's feelings.
Well, that's what, yeah.
So now they call it like the hummingbirds and jackrabbits or something, you know, because they don't want anybody getting sad about finishing second.
Yeah.
So we'll call it like, I don't know, home theater sparkle and home theater pizzazz or something like that.
Sparkle and pizzazz.
You know, just so nobody feels left out. So we'll have to figure out, this is the most aggressive transition here. We'll probably just have to let the floor float there and eventually it'll start to warp. Yeah, this'll be fine. I'll put something heavy here and let it sit there for a while.
Park the car.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of needs to be up next to the door here, really tight. And it's okay if your walls aren't straight because we'll just cut our tiles accordingly. So, let me just check out how the black border is going to work here. You know, it's kind of pointless, especially since the walls aren't going to be straight, or likely aren't going to be straight. This does kind of...
I always line it up to the garage doors, and however it lays on the walls.
Yeah.
That's
well, if you get too close, then you have to cut a sliver.
Yeah, I know.
So since we don't have a full tile here, you might as well make it somewhat equidistant.
Yep.
And the other nice thing is that cut tile you can cut both sides and use one tile.
Flip it to the other side.
Yeah, flip it over.
Yeah.
Now, take a look at this over here, Mike. What do you think we should do? Because we have this lip on the wall right here.
Let me see. Oh, on the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
I wonder if I should do a cut piece here or if I should push it up.
I think you should have one full piece go all the way to that wall.
The problem is it's probably not going to be one full piece all the way down. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what you do is take and run a row this way, and then we measure off to see how square it is.
Okay.
Or we can do it with a tape measure, but I just run a row off of this or something, and then just measure off and see where we're at. The other thing we can do is if it's really bouncy, we can sneak a tap con in somewhere and then paint it gray. And just in a corner like this, no one's going to see it, and you're not going to trip over it.
Now, because again, sun's going to be shining on this garage,
so leave a little gap.
I think we're going to leave we leave like a 1/4 inch gap on each side, which I don't love, but
yeah.
Gosh, the endless amount of cardboard, it just keeps on coming. I filled up Michelle's Raptor again last night. See why I lay this down like this with the 2 pegs? This is also why you do pegs on the edge pieces. God dang, finish the words. I think today is, what is today? Today's day, let's see, Thursday, we're counting Thursday because that was the day we packed. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today's day 16. It's day 16 of moving. I'd say we're doing all right.
Maddie's in a little meeting, so while he's doing that, we just get a little carried away with Swisstrax. So everything's done up to here. End up cutting these 7.5 inches, tucking them under, snapping them in. It looks like they carry all the way underneath the cabinet, so actually they finish out nicely. So we're just about done really, except for the cuts on that wall and the front edge there. So probably another hour we'll be done with this, just in time for lunch. Well, I'm gonna do a little filler piece behind the cabinet, because when you walk out the door you can see the concrete back there. So I'm gonna cut in a little filler to go in there, so at least it looks kind of finished when you walk out the door. Because the cabinets stick out from the wall about, 2 inches, 2.25. So I wanna make it look nice. See how this is, we got this little sliver back here for this piece here. This piece should be cut and then go that way, that direction. If I just cut a piece here, 2 3/8, you're gonna have a little bit of gap right here. So what I'm gonna do is cut a second piece, snap the 2 pieces together, and then install it. So that way there's no little teeny gap here. I cut this piece out of this piece. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna take this sliver off here and use it to fill here. So I'll cut this off. I need a 1/4 inch, basically, to make it look nice. Yep, 1/4 inch.
All right, bros, that's a wrap. Where do we start? About 9?
Yeah, 9:10.
It's 1:40,
Yeah,
and I basically wasn't here for 3/4 of it.
it's all right. You had business to take care of.
Not too bad. So the floor's completely done. Everything's cut. The only thing we got to do, we'll do the stairs, which will be another project.
Yeah.
I hope we have enough tiles for that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I think. I've got extra.
So anyway, that's a wrap. We got the whole garage done. Next up in here will be lighting and garage door openers. Who knows what else we'll get into. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.